Happy New Year. Still haven't worked out the lighting in this room. I think I might need to get a ring light because this library is wonderful in real life, but on film it's a bit too dark. But I'm wearing a hat because I need to wash my hair. I've just cut my fringe. It looks uneven because I'm wearing the hat, but it's because it's snowing, so I can't go and get my hair cut today. And my hairdresser doesn't enjoy the fringe anyway, so I do it myself, which you can probably tell. But yeah, because I desperately need my undercut shaved down. It's gotten to the point where I can feel it on the back of my neck and it makes me want to gag. Hello Hazel. Hello princess. You alright? He's not in there, darling. He's gone back to uni. You're sitting here with me? Yeah? You sit with me? Got some proof copies and some books I need to read. I got this proof copy from Penguin. This is a richly evocative and feminist reimagining of Beauty and the Beast, your newest romantasy to obsess over. We will see. Then I've got 14 Days. I'm so excited for this. This is basically is it based in COVID. The tenants of a rundown apartment building in Manhattan begin to gather on the rooftop and tell stories, and they're all by different authors like Celestine, John Grisham, Emma Donoghue, Sylvia Day, and it's edited by Douglas Preston and Margaret Atwood. And they all kind of have their own story to tell. Who else is in it? Diana Gabaldon, Pat Cummings, Tommy Orange, Meg Wolitzer. Oh my god, so many, I'm so excited. A collaborative novel. So that's exciting. That comes out in February, so I need to read these. The new Holly Jackson, the reappearance of Rachel Price. Look how creepy that is. 16 years ago, Rachel Price disappeared without a trace. Now she's back and we finally know the truth, unless Rachel is lying. I didn't like... Oh, shiny bookmark. I didn't like Five Survive. Didn't like that. Predictable. It wasn't my thing. This one I was sent Love Letters to a Serial Killer. This comes out in July. Basically, this woman starts writing letters to this man who is who's been done for murder, but she doesn't believe he did it. So they're writing letters in prison, and then he gets out, and then she starts thinking, actually, did he do it? Is he a serial killer? And is she next? So, and look at that. Oh, yes. It's exciting. So those are my proof copies so far. I'll show you the ones that I bought. I bought a couple for my English Lit degree. Just ones that I thought might help me, because I'm doing like the first assessment is either on, you can choose 2 out of the 3, either Cleopatra, Mary the Mother of Jesus, and Elizabeth I. So in my head I've already chosen Cleopatra and Elizabeth I. So I bought some books on Cleopatra and Elizabeth I. I bought Cleopatra, I think it's called A History of Myth. I'll take a picture, whatever. You'll see it in the old B-roll. And Tracy Borman's new book, Elizabeth First and Her Women. And I've pre-ordered loads. Well, not pre-ordered. I've ordered in loads. And then another assessment down the line is we can choose again from out of like the 4 or 5, 2 of them. And I've already chosen Mary Wollstonecraft because she's the mother of the mother, Mary Shelley. So I bought her Vindication on the Rights of Women or something along, you know. I've never read it, so I bought that, and I'm going to reread my biography I have that is in here somewhere about, it kind of alternates the chapters. So one chapter will be about Mary Wollstonecraft, and then the next chapter will be Mary Shelley, and then it kind of like flits like that, and it's one of the best biographies I've ever read. But I also finally bought a physical copy of this. I read the NetGalley and I loved it. Physical copy of The Illusions. Gay, love it. Outlawed. You got me with it's like a band of outlaws planning to create a haven for women outcast from society in 1894. This woman can't get pregnant, so she flees the town where barren women are hanged as witches. And I was like, sold. And then Reese liked it too. And then Hazel's gone. Thank you. To appease my serial killer true crime brain, I bought Cannibal Killers. Monsters with a Taste for Murder. I feel like this cover's a bit in poor taste, but you know. And then, because this whole case intrigues me so much, I finally got the book Gone at Midnight, The Mysterious Death of Elisa Lam. So that's my little haul from work with my Christmas vouchers. I'm trying to buy less this year and read more of what I own. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so to catch you up, I've read Yule Island. I finished that. Pretty slow up until like the last, I would say, it's not even a quarter, when the plot twists came and like the big reveals. That the big reveals were good and kind of like blew my mind, but it was pretty boring up until that point. Equal Rights by Terry Pratchett. What a book. Terry Pratchett, what a writer. I've read The Hogfather before. I think I said that before. But this is like my first foray into Discworld properly, and I knew it was gonna make me obsess and collect all the books in Discworld, and it has. God damn it. But it was so good. His social commentary, his wit, and it's just, it really feels to me kind of like, listen, I'm self-diagnosed autistic and ADHD, predominantly because autism runs in my family, ADHD runs in my family. Hazel's back. Are you coming back up? Have you had your biscuits then? Good girl. Coming up then? Up will come. Up will come. No, this tea is mine. I don't know if you're allowed soya milk. You're technically not allowed tea, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I feel very much like he writes it as if it's an autistic kind of world, because the conversations are just so kind of dry and to the point. Like, it's just, yeah, it felt very welcoming. I So I had 3 of the worst days of health in a long time. I was at work. Let's just say I had food poisoning that brought on a horrendous IBS attack. At work. So I was only there for about an hour. And I'm angry because I don't understand my body. And I don't know how to help my body function so that I can function and go to work and be considered normal. And I'm angry that I'm ill in the first place. And that I have to go through things like this. Or have to go through the pain, the constant pain every day, 24/7. And the fatigue, I get so tired. And I feel like I am wasting the time that I have on this earth. But I can't help it. There's no fix. Can't fix this. And I know that I smile and I give it the old British stiff upper lip, and it's just hard. And I'm going to have to... I had my return to work, which is like when you've been sick and they ask, why were you sick and are you okay? Is there anything we can do? And because I've been sick a lot, not as sick as it was either last year or the year before. Wasn't as sick as that time. because I'd be taking weeks and weeks off. But because I've had too much time off, it's alerted HR, like, automatically. So I get another fun meeting. And it annoys me because the only thing they can say is try not to be off sick for the next 6 months or whatever. And I'm chronically ill. I can't. My body doesn't decide when it shuts down. It just... Which is, you know, it's not the company's fault. It's just society as a general is just so normalised to the able body that they don't account for. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, we want to diversify, we want to employ disabled people. And it's like, well, if you're going to employ disabled people, you need to understand that they need, like, special circumstances. We're not the same. It's not like, oh, I have a little cold, I think I might go in today. I go in feeling like I've got the flu every single day. Walking is like walking through treacle or like running through sand. It's just so... But I have a really good job, and I know that my company will listen to what I have to say, and we'll work through it. But I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity or an understanding workplace. I'm just tired. Tired of it all. I realised I never fully finished this vlog. I feel a bit weird about updating or talking to the camera. I need to get over that hump because I need to see it as more of a recording a diary rather than just talking to the void. But I thought I'd tell you all the books that I managed to read in January because I haven't done that yet, and it's the middle of February. I will become better at this, and I will post more regularly. Anyway, okay, I'll put pictures of the covers up here. I read The Indifferent Stars Above, which is a non-fiction. I did it on audiobook. This would be better if I had my reading journal upstairs, but I'm not going back downstairs. Anyway, it's basically about the Donner Party through the eyes of one of the people that was in the Donner Party, not the Donner family. Her name was Sarah Graves. Yeah, Sarah Graves. And I thought that was really well done. I think I gave it 4 or 5 out of 5. Then I read The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. 10 out of 10. My favourite book of the month. Absolutely fantastic. Read it. It's gory, it's gruesome, it's fantastic. Then we move on to The Woods All Black. I did this ebook. It's a novella set in the 1920s. My memory is shot to hell. Basically about this female nurse who was a nurse over in France during World War One. I'm not saying that right. They were a nurse. They're not female. They're transgender. But obviously it being the 20s, they still look female. So when she goes to this small American town, they're very against her because they wear trousers and they don't act ladylike So they try and get her out of them out of the town. But at the same time, there's an obvious trans boy going through some shit in the town. He gets raped, and it's kind of like a horror. It didn't feel like a horror. It was very well written, I will say that. And surprising little sex scene that I didn't think it was going to happen. But it did. So yeah, be careful in that one for transphobia, rape that's implied, because we don't see it happen and they don't talk about it. And also monster sex. Moving on. I then moved on from one monster sex to the next. I read Bright by Ali Hazelwood because it was on my NetGalley, and I thought I like Ali Hazelwood's love hypothesis, so why not give it a go? It's got werewolves and vampires. Wasn't expecting not to happen. But apart from my squeamishness, it was a good romance book. I liked it. I'm going to read the next one. Then I read the most disappointing book of the month, which was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. It was shit. Colin can do one. That's it. That's my notes. I know that Shondaland is going to do us better than Julia Quinn did. Then I read Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrews. I can't remember. She wrote The Whispering Dark, which I loved, and I think might be one of our book club picks soon, because I want to reread it if it gets chosen. So Your Blood, My Bones. She's really good at writing really creepy horror-esque YA, and this one kind of was a lot darker than The Whispering Dark, and I liked the dynamic between, oh god, it was so long ago I read it, a main character who comes back to the farm where she used to live to burn it down because her dad had just died, but she thinks to take one more walk through the building and discovers that her childhood friend is chained and locked up in the basement and has been there for a while, but he isn't dead yet. And it turns out that he can't die, or he can die, he just doesn't stay dead. And it's all very culty, and it's very folklory with monsters in the woods, and the reason they sacrifice this boy like every year is to appease the dark beings in the woods. So he's like, I'm gonna kill her to stop my suffering, and she's like, should I kill him to stop the woods? But at the same time, it's very obvious that they're in love with each other, and it's just, it was so good, and I wasn't expecting that ending, so yeah. Then we move on to, I still call it manga even though it's like the coloured graphic novel format of the manga, but I've been reading My Gently Raised Beast. I have read volume 3 and 4 in January. It basically follows this young girl who was living in poverty, but it turns out that she is the eldest daughter of the emperor, so she goes to live with him. And it's the first volume is when she's like 7 or something, and she finds this black cat, but the black cat is actually the heir to like these mystical, magical, strong, divine beasts in the woods that the emperor has to keep appeased and keep friendly with, otherwise the divine beasts will just wipe out the human beings. And as the volumes go on, basically they fall in love, and it's just so cute, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's adorable. Then I read Medea by Rosie Hewitt, which was the contender for the best book of the month because it was bloody fantastic. Female rage, gaslighting, just ancient Greek mythology. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was fantastic. So much so that I have ordered her previous book, Medusa, to see if that one's just as good. Because I think that one's just a novella, and this one's like full blown. It's getting the special treatment from Waterstones. If you know, you know. Then I read Under the Oak Tree, volume 1 and 2, which is this light novel series based on the webtoon. It's alright, but I just can't stop reading it. I can't stop, won't stop. I also listened to My Heart is a Chainsaw on audiobook because last time I tried to read it in paperback format and I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. I finished it, but I still don't understand what was going on. No clue. No idea. It was okay. I think because we didn't really delve into Jade's history that much, like why she started loving horror, she just kept, whenever someone asked, she just kept spouting horror slasher film like facts, and it got a bit old very quickly. And we don't really see, she always gets there after the slasher has slashed, so it's just like, what's the point of this book? I don't understand. We see the aftermath. It's just, anyway. I read Feybound. I'll show you my beautiful copy. Hang on. Because I keep it down here. I've still got the bookmark in it. I haven't taken it out yet. But look. Signed. It's beautiful. Sapphic elves and fae. And it's all based around African mythology. And it's beautiful. There's a map. It's stunning. I loved it. I loved this more than the Final Strife. I loved this so much more. I mean, I will read Battle Drum, but she's onto a winner with this one. She really is. Yeah, beautiful. With the leaves. Stunning. And then, yeah, the book club pick Among Thieves. It's alright. I couldn't connect to any of the characters, and it made me realise I need not necessarily character driven books, but characters that I can get behind and characters I can understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. rather than, you know, we just didn't get any emotional kind of there's no heart behind it. It just felt like a little D&D raid. And I mean, some people like that. Clearly I don't. But yeah, that was my January. I promise February's going to be a lot better than this. Anyway, see you next month.